Yo, what's up? My name's Patrouski, and earlier on stream today when the PokeMMO servers went down for maintenance, and as of recording they are still down, but they'll probably be back up hopefully decently soon. But a lot of people were asking me on stream, Patrouski, what bug fixes or what do you think is going to happen with this upcoming maintenance? And I was like, guys, it's a maintenance patch. I think there's a 99% chance that nothing happens. I'm assuming this is just some sort of server maintenance that is on the game inside of things that I don't understand, and we hit the 1% because I was entirely wrong. So my apologies. We do actually have a very, very small update to be fair, but a welcome quality of life change and then a few other major server changes for those who live in certain parts of the world. So here is the update blog over on the PokeMMO forums. The main feature here, they did type that they improved support for Vennies with multiple styles. We don't know exactly what that entails yet because I can't log into the game to double check. Unfortunately, I wanted to show you guys a visual, but I don't have access to that right now. The main thing here is player trades can now send monsters directly to the PC. This is actually really, really nice. It's a change that has taken 13 years, like 12 years in PokeMMO history. Yeah, 13 years this game has been out. And now when you trade someone and they have a full party, that Pokemon can just go directly to the PC. That is actually a really, really nice change that slows things down a lot when I'm doing giveaways or things like fashion contests. This is such a nice quality of life change, and there's not a lot to say, but not a whole lot to like add on to it besides that. This is a beautiful, beautiful quality of life change. I'm very happy to see that. It's pretty small, but it's really nice to see. I love stuff like that. It's a perfect kind of change. There are a few bug fixes. I don't think a lot of them like super matter in my personal opinion. The biggest one might be fixing a bug that caused players to be incorrectly penalized for matchmaking battles. If you think I'm missing anything here, let me know in the comments. And then there was this thing as well, a temporary restriction. New players are restricted from sending unsolicited whispers until they obtain 2 badges. This tells me that people were basically having spam bots where they would make new accounts and either try to scam other players or advertise other things, whether that was other Pokemon MMOs or other products or I don't know what, but I had not seen this. I had not seen anyone whisper me personally. But obviously, if they're spam bots, they're probably whispering in newer areas of the game. This to me reads as they were getting some spam bots. I obviously don't know that, but that's just my speculation. And then here's the real big thing. This only is really going to matter for certain users, but it hopefully should really matter and really help. If you notice an increased connection quality while playing PokeMMO, say something in the comments or raise your hand or say thanks to the devs, because I think this is a really important thing. They're really looking out for the little guy here, looking for people who are experiencing latency like over 200 milliseconds, which I think is a really, really great goal. They want to achieve under 200 millisecond latency for basically every user, which I think is a fantastic goal. Ideally under 100 milliseconds would be my goal, but I don't know what's feasible. I'm not a game dev. Like that's one of those things. Like, I don't know how many people are like what's it called? How many people are reliably actually hitting this? I don't know, you know? So let's just read through what they say. This update includes a migration of our core game servers from our current data center to a new state-of-the-art global provider. This migration is part of our ongoing efforts to provide the best experience for as many users as possible. Overall, we're expected to see improved overall network stability. The new network providers offer better backbone connectivity and global peering. Sorry, it's a little bit later for me, which is expected to result in significantly more consistent service, fewer unexpected interruptions, and a better handling of high traffic loads globally. This, to me, also reads as PokeMMO is getting more popular, and it has been for the past 5 years, very, very consistently. We see dips and drops here and there after events, after like Halloween burnout, for example, which is a very common thing that we see every single year, but this still reads to me as the game is just growing and growing and growing, which is why we're seeing these server changes. Achieving the sub 200 millisecond latency for most. We already talked about this. We can just move on. Regional latency impact. I love this chart. They go through and they say like each region what this affects and how it should affect. The Asia Pacific region should see a significant improvement. Users can expect to see an average of 60 milliseconds or lower latency with performance gains reaching up to 100 milliseconds in specific countries. This is a primary region from the migration. That's a really cool thing to see. If you live in any Asian Pacific locations, hell yeah, congratulations. I hope PokeMMO feels a lot better for you personally. North America, this is where I'm at. Minimal changes, understandably. I feel like my connection is pretty good to PokeMMO. Sometimes there is, I have experienced more like disconnections and things like that, but not general lag. I don't see a whole lot of lag in PokeMMO personally, but I do see sometimes disconnections and just straight up like losing access to the server for a quick sec. Performance for North American users is expected to remain largely consistent with current levels. Yeah, I think it's mostly fine. take care of the people who are having more problems. South America, variable changes, so just different changes depending on where you're at. Latency in South America may either slightly improve or become slightly worse. Okay, that at least they're honest. Like, I don't love to read that, but you gotta respect the transparency, depending on the user's specific geographical location and local network routing. This is the reality of the world. I'm sure by switching to this service, this different service, they understood it would have some positives and negatives, and I'm assuming it's just more positive. We're seeing more positives overall than negatives. Next up, Europe. There's a slight increase in latency changes. Users in Europe can expect a slight increase in latency, averaging between 50 to 60 milliseconds, higher than previous levels. Despite this increased latency for European users, expected to remain well under 200 milliseconds target. Okay, so that seems pretty good, if I understand correctly. Seems like a positive change for connection purposes. When it comes to like server changes like this, obviously, like, how many people are really quitting the game over like server problems? I can't imagine it's that many people. So it's one of those things, like, they're really just trying to make this the game smoother and streamlined, in my opinion, not out of the goodness of their heart, but just for a better experience for everybody. I think it's a really cool thing to see that could be neglected by a lot of other developers. So shout out to PokeMMO Dev, shout out to Desu. I think it's a really cool post, really cool to see. I didn't expect any changes. I was just expecting just flat out maintenance, but we saw something. So honestly, I'm pretty happy to see it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Like the video if you enjoyed it. Like to see PokeMMO updates every single day. I do upload every single day. Follow me on Twitch for streams Monday through Thursday at 12 p.m. ET. My Discord's down below if you love PokeMMO, and if you want to go above and beyond and support my content, allow me to do updates like this, YouTube memberships, Twitch Primes, Twitch subs. You guys know the drill. Just have a great day and enjoy PokeMMO when the servers are back up.